Hey guys, today we're going to be learning about Intro to Systems of Equations, about how to graph them. So what you can do is you can use two different colored pencils, or you don't have to, it's completely up to you. So it says we need to convert the following equations into slope-intercept form. Remember, this is y equals mx plus b form, if they're not already in slope-intercept form. Then on the back page over here, we are going to graph both of the graphs and see what's going to happen. So for the first graph, for the first equations, I'm actually going to use purple. And then for the second one, I'm going to use red. So that way you can see what's going on. So we're going to start here in column A. And I'm going to check my equation 1 and see if it's in slope-intercept form. Yep, I have y equals 1/2 x plus 3, which is y equals mx plus b. What I'm going to do here, and you don't have to, I need to remind myself that the slope is 1/2, so that means I'm going to go up 1 and over 2. And the y-intercept is going to be 3. Remember, b is my slope. My y-intercept, and my slope is always attached to x. So for my second equation, I just like to know what the slope of each of these is, so that way I can actually see if they're going to intercept or not. So my slope for the second one is 1/2, and my y-intercept is -2. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and we're going to graph in column A the first one. And it has both of the equations above it, just in case you lose track. So I always need to start at my y-intercept. So on the y-axis, I'm going to go up to 3 and put a dot. So my slope, if you remember, is going to be 1/2. So my slope says I need to go up 1 and to the right 2. So I'm going to zoom in pretty close so you can see. I'm going to go up 1 and to the right 2 and put a dot. And then from that point, I'm going to go up again 1 and over 2. And I'm going to keep using that slope until I've hit the edge of my graph and can't go any further. So up 1 and over 2. And there's my edge of the graph. Okay, so I have my right side of my graph. I need to know what my left side is so I can see what it looks like. So in this case, I'm going to do the opposite of my slope. Instead of going up 1 and over 2, I'm going to go down 1 and to the left 2 to continue it on. So I'm just going to keep doing that all the way to the edge of my graph, like we've done before. And there we go. Now I have a completely straight graph. So what I'm going to do is take my ruler, and I'm going to draw my line. And don't forget to put the arrows at the end of your either side of our equation. Now, if you're not using two different colors, make sure you write the equation after it, so that way you know, hey, this is this equation, and then this is that equation. So my second line here, equation 2, my slope also is 1 over 2, so I need to go up 1 and over 2 to the right 2. But my y-intercept starts at -2. So that means I need to go to -2 on the x-axis and put a dot. Okay, so from there, again, I'm going to go up 1 and over 2 for this slope as well, since they're the same. So again, I'm just going to go up 1 and over 2 from my very last point. Okay. So then the opposite again is down 1 and to the left 2. And we have our graph. So now we're going to draw our line. Okay, oops. So go ahead and draw your line. So there we go. Boom, y equals 1/2 x minus 2. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Do we think they're going to hit? Probably not. But let's try column B right here. Let's try this first equation and this second equation here. So we're going to move to the right 1, and we're going to look at these. So our first one here, our equation 1, again, is going to be in purple. So my slope, oh look, my slope is the same again for this one, which is pretty neat. So I have my slope is 1 over 2, so up 1, and to the right 2. And my y-intercept is going to be a positive 3. So it looks like we're going to have the same line as the last one. So we're going to start at 0, 3, and go up 1 and to the right 2. Okay, so it looks like we're going to have the same kind of graph that we had for the other two, or our last problem, which is pretty neat. Okay, so go ahead and draw your line again. Wow, perfect. So this is my y equals 1/2 x plus 3. And now I'm going to do my second equation. Oh no, my slope for this one is going to be -1 over 3. So that means I'm going to go down 1 and to the right 3. Now remember, the negative always goes to the top number. Okay? And I'm going to start at positive 5. So I'm going to start at positive 5. I'm going to go down 1 and over 1, 2, 3, and put a dot. Down 1 and over 1, 2, 3, and put a dot. And keep going, 1, 2, 3, until you hit the edge of the graph. Okay? The opposite of a negative is a positive, so I'm going to start back in my y-intercept and figure out the left side of my graph. So I'm going to go up 1, because that's the opposite, and to the right 3. 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 1, 2, 3. Or sorry, to the left. Up 1, 1, 2, 3. And that's as far as I can go. So what I'm going to do is take my ruler now. I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to connect all of the dots. Okay. Look at this one. It says y equals -1/3 x plus 5. Wow, these intercept. Okay, interesting. So I have my first graph here where they didn't really intercept, and the second graph here where they did intercept. Now let's try this one right here. Okay, so I have my equation 1, which my slope again is up 1 and to the right 2, and my y-intercept is 3. So again, we're going to start there, and we're going to go up 1, or sorry, over 2, not 3. So I'm going to keep continuing on with this one, and then go the opposite way, 1, 2. And remember, at any time in this video, you can pause it and see if you get the same results too. Okay, so we're going to flip it, my ruler around. We're going to line it up. And we're going to draw our line. Oops, it's a little off, but that's okay. Oh, it's perfect. Alright, so that was my first equation. Now I'm going to graph equation number 2. It starts at 3 again. And it also has a slope of 1 over 2, so up 1 and to the right 2. Interesting. You notice something about this? Both of these lines are right on top of each other. They're the same line. Interesting. That's pretty weird. Never seen that before. Well, let's try a few more. Let's try column A again, equation 1 and 2. But let's look back over here. We can see that our first equation is ready to go. It's ready to be graphed. It's in y equals mx plus b form. Boom, perfect, awesome. Now our second equation is not in y equals mx plus b form because y is not by itself. So we're actually going to solve for y by adding the 2x to both sides. Remember, the 2x and the 12 can't be combined together because 12 does not have an x and 2 has an x. So now that I added 2 to both sides, I need to get rid of this 3 that's attached to my y. Remember, the opposite of multiplication is division, so they're multiplied together. So I'm going to do the opposite, which is to divide. So I'm going to divide everything by 3, and my new equation, actually for equation 2, is going to be 12 divided by 3, which is 4, plus I can't reduce 2 over 3, so I'm going to leave it as 2 over 3x. So now I'm going to go back to my 1 over here, and I'm going to write y equals 2 over 3x plus 4. Now I flip these around just so that way it's in y equals mx plus b form so you can see, but you can leave it as 4 plus 3 over 2x, as long as you know that the slope is attached to x. So this right here, my slope for my first one is actually, the slope for this one is 2 over 3. And my y-intercept, if you don't have anything there, plus nothing, my y-intercept is actually going to be 0. It's going to be at 0, 0. So now I'm going to have my slope is 2 over 3 for the second one, and my y-intercept is 4. So I need to graph the equation here. I'm going to graph my purple, my equation one first. I'm going to start at 0, 0. And I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, and to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, and put a dot. Then from that point, again, up 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and I got to the edge of my graph. Now I'm going to do the opposite and go down 2, and to the left 3, 1, 2, 3, because I need to figure out the left side of my graph. Perfect. Now you can take a ruler and put a line through all of them. Okay, now I'm going to graph my second one. And what it's going to be is we're going to start at positive 4 on the y-axis because that's my y-intercept. And I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 for this one as well. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And since I figured out the right side, I need to figure out the left, which would be go down 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The reason we're doing the opposite is so that way I can see exactly where my line is going to be. Because we don't want to guess. We don't want to be like, it kind of looks like it could go here. No, we want actual answers of where it's going to be. And remember, if you don't have a different colored pencil, that is completely fine, or you can use a pen and a pencil. It is completely up to you. But make sure you at least identify that those are the two lines. So as you can see, we kind of see a pattern with the first two in column A. They both don't intersect. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this equation, the B column, the second one, into y equals mx plus b form for the second one here. And then in the next video, we're actually going to graph it. So here I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So all I'm left with is y equals 3 plus 2x. So now I'm going to put that over here with my equation, y equals 3 plus 2x, right? Yep. Because that's what I'm solving out. All I did for that equation is I just added 2x to both sides to get y by itself. So I actually have time to graph this real quick before I start the next video. So we're going to graph the first equation in purple again. My slope, we said, was 1/2. So up 1 and to the right 2. And my y-intercept is 3. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go up 1 and to the left 2, or to the right 2. Okay, and then the opposite, again, I need to figure out the left side of my graph. So I need to do the opposite by going down 1 and over 2. All right, perfect. So we graphed this one right here. And now we're going to graph the last one. So my red line is going to start at a positive 3 as well, but instead my slope is going to be up 2 and to the right 1. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. And then to the opposite, down 2 over 1. And what's going to happen here is that you're going to see that these both intercept as well. Okay, so these both intercept, and we're going to talk about it in video number 2. So get ready.